It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Andrew Fricks, Eastern Wayne's baseball player, who just recently committed to Barton College. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play baseball in high school and move on to the college level?
Well, it started out when I was younger. I've been playing baseball ever since I can remember. So I've been playing ever since. Started playing travel ball whenever I was around 8 years old, and then playing travel ball, I developed and kept developing and better and better, getting better and better as a player. So just continued on and wanted to continue playing baseball because it's a sport I love.
Can you talk about your baseball career at Eastern Wayne?
Yeah, so we my freshman year was a little tough. Actually freshman and sophomore year. We only won like 3 games the first year and 4 games my sophomore year. So bit to start out with. But I mean we were a young team starting out high school ball. So then my junior year we turned things around dramatically and ended up going 15-10. Made it to the second round of the playoffs with Coach Fields. And I think we lost to Terry Sanford. Yep, because we had to go to Terry Sanford and we ended up losing in the second round. But it was such a turnaround from the year before. And then, of course, this year was just we hardly ever played. So,
Can you talk about how it impacted you not being able to play your senior year?
I kind of have mixed emotions about it. I mean, like I really, really want to play baseball, but I believe that there's other reasons why everything is going on. I'm a very religious person, so I mean, I think God has His plan for us all. So I think this was just part of His plan, and you just got to accept what happens and control the things you can control. And none of us can control this coronavirus, so we just got to let it do its course.
Can you talk about the recruitment process and what it was like for you?
It was exciting and discouraging all at the same time. So, a lot of people say like, just wait till you're starting to get recruited and all this stuff. Well, it almost takes the fun out of it. But then again, it makes it more fun. It's kind of a double-edged sword there. When you're getting recruited, you got all these coaches trying to talk to you, and they want you to go to their school. So then you got a lot of pressure on you on what schools you want to go to. Well, then some coaches will say, well, you don't pick us in 24 hours, well, then we're going to go. So then it puts a lot of pressure on you, makes you think quick. But I'm pretty excited about my choice and going to Barton, especially being close to home. I think I made the right choice.
What were some of the offers that you had?
Well, I'd been to High Point, Garner Webb. Early on, I went to Methodist. Actually, Methodist was the most recent one I'd been on. So I'd been to a bunch of those schools. I'd been reached out to by Murray State, but it was just so far away that I just didn't think it would work out. So Murray State's up in Kentucky, so I didn't. It was kind of, I mean, it was a cool school, but I like staying close to home.
How was the process like knowing that the coach that recruited you moved on to Gardner Webb?
Oh, well, actually, Coach Chester at Garner Webb, he had actually been recruiting me, and then he ended up recruiting me again at Garner Webb. So then I went on a visit to Garner Webb, and then the new coach that came into Barton, he also recruited me as well. So it was the new coach at Barton that saw me play, and that's what meant a lot to me was I'm his first recruiting class. So I was one of the first commits to go to Barton.
Can you talk about the experience as playing for the Dirtbags?
That was one of the best experiences I've ever had playing baseball, playing with the Dirtbags. I think they do an amazing job. Travel ball and getting recruited, well, showcase ball technically, and getting recruited, it can be, like I said earlier, it can be discouraging, and it can also be real fun too. Makes you play for something, but I think the Dirtbags are the best at getting your name out there. They got a relationship with every single coach around. I mean, anything you ask of them, they'll do for you. I would 10 out of 10 go back and do it all over again if I could. I wouldn't change anything that I did playing with the Dirtbags. So it was a very fun experience.
How have they helped you in the recruitment process?
Well, I mean, their relationship with the college coaches. They're very well known for getting kids to schools. They're I mean, they're a first class organization that does very well with getting kids to school. So they obviously any schools that I was interested in, I would write down a list and I'd give them the list, and they'd go make the phone calls as soon as I gave them the list. So that made a huge impact in my recruitment process.
Can you talk about your experience signing the letter of intent to go to Barton College?
Yeah, that was a sweet moment. Signing my letter of intent. It was almost. I mean, it wasn't weird, but it just kind of felt different knowing that I'm leaving Eastern Wayne and going to play college baseball. I mean, it was a good feeling for sure. So, and it was cool seeing all my friends, family, former coaches, former teammates of mine. It was pretty cool.
What do you look forward to accomplishing at Barton in this upcoming year?
I mean, coming in as a freshman, I'm just gonna go in and play as hard as I can and work as hard as I can and try to get my schoolwork done as well. I mean, coming in as a freshman, it's tough to come in and go ahead and play, but I think at Barton they do a good job at if you're working hard and you deserve to play, then they'll put you on the field. So I think as long as I come in and work hard and do what I'm supposed to do, hopefully it'll work out for me.
What advice would you give upcoming high school athletes looking to get recruited to the next level?
One of the biggest things I would say would be try to play as many sports as you can. Because if you're trying to get recruited playing one sport, you're going to become a one-dimensional type of player. You got to play multiple sports. I played football 4 years of high school as well, and I think that's a huge impact on me going to Barton and me being looked at by other colleges. Just playing football and baseball, you develop other muscles in your body and you become more athletic. And a lot of college coaches, they want athletic kids. They don't necessarily want a one-dimensional kid. They want athletic kids because they can work with an athletic kid. So I think football definitely made me bigger, stronger, a lot faster. So I definitely recommend playing as many sports as you can in high school.
Are you going to walk on to Barton's new football program when you get on?
No, it had been discussed about me maybe going and being a punter or something like that. Because I was a punter for Eastern Wayne and I did pretty well. But I don't know. It all depends, man, on with all the Corona stuff going on right now, and who knows if there will be a football season this year. So it all kind of depends on what their needs are, and if they really need me, then I'll consider it for sure.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
You can find me at A_Frix, but it's spelled Frix, not the normal way. So it's A_Frix17 on Instagram. And on Twitter, I believe I'm Andrew_Frix17 on Twitter. So that's where you can find me on social media.
Thank you again, Andrew, for your interview, and best of luck on Barton's baseball team. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Andrew, for your interview.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.